Tom McCarthy, not such a boring guy after all. And here's the proof. Me, Tom, and Alice Cooper. As it turns out, we spent an evening with Alice Cooper. Tom challenged Alice to a singing contest and Alice declined.
He's a beautiful singing voice, my father, and a really natural trained ear, and is a fabulous singer. Everybody knows that. He for sure knows that. And his favorite thing is singing karaoke.
He's interviewing somebody, says, "Do you like dogs?" And the person looks at him and says, "Of course I like dogs." And he looks back at the person and says, "Great, when I hire you, I'm gonna give you one."
Is he a humanitarian? I think so. When I was a child, he gave me this baseball that I cherish, autographed by Babe Ruth in his own handwriting.
A winning and positive attitude for me starts at home. I grew up in a family of 4 boys, and my youngest brother, Peter, was severely handicapped. He was a beautiful child with big blue eyes and $1 million smile. And for the years that he was with us, he spent all of his days locked in a wheelchair and locked in a body that didn't work. My mother believed firmly that God sent sometimes the weakest among us to teach us the most important and powerful lessons in life. My wonderful parents instilled in us an attitude that Peter had his rightful place in God's creation, that his life was important, just as important as all of ours, and that he was a treasure and a gift in our family to be loved and not a problem to be endured. We learned from Peter to love one another. We learned the importance of giving rather than receiving because of him. We learned never to take for granted the gift of health and family peace and joy because of him. And most importantly, we learned that losers make promises and winners make commitments. I believe that was a wonderful start for all of us in my family to head into the world of the future with a wonderful, positive, winning attitude.
I started off, 25 years old, 26 years old, and he was my mentor. He was the mentor for the guys that I was involved in very heavily at that point in time in real estate, and quite frankly, to this day, he's still a mentor of mine.
When I first met Tom, I was 25 years old at J.J. Barnaky. I'd been with the company for 3 days. And Tom came into my office, which I shared with someone else, and made it a point of introducing himself. And although I didn't get to spend a lot of time with Tom in my early years, he would pop in from time to ask how I was doing. Pretty remarkable.
We were going to look at a number of potential partners to work with on a real estate transaction. We liked Tom from the first time we met him. That CTV deal that got us into the Eaton Centre was an important start. It was a successful outcome. And then when we began at Chorus to look for a location to bring all of our employees together, we were in about 10 or 11 different locations throughout Toronto. Again, we began to work with Tom. Again, a relatively long process.
Well, I first met Tom McCarthy when he came on the St. Michael's Hospital Board in 1995. He actually had an 11-year term, which is it's only supposed to be 9. Tom stayed 11.
He really brought a sensitivity to the values of the Sisters of St. Joseph, and was a director that certainly had that grounding that we needed to remember the mission about making St. Mike's a successful hospital and an important part of the community for all.
Tom's leadership on the board to help us move all of the people from the Wellesley to St. Michael's. And to do that, we actually had to build 4 new floors on top of one of our wings, the Cardinal Carter wing. So that was a huge undertaking to do that while we're actually working and living in the hospital. And, all the construction and planning issues around that, and Tom played a leadership role in getting all that done.
Well, we wanted to bring all of our people together. Values are very important to us at Chorus, and the only way you can really inculcate values is to be around the people all the time. And because we were in so many multiple locations, getting everybody in one space was key to us. Finding 500,000 square feet where you've got contiguous space, tough. We looked at a number of different locations, and then of course when the discussion began around the East Bayfront, we got in touch with Mayor Miller, and he was very instrumental in this happening. People at TEDCO at the time, Tom, the glue that brought it all together. Buildings and real estate can be an important part of creating shareholder value, and a lot of the success that we're enjoying at Chorus is a result of this building and the result of Tom and the work of his colleagues at Barnaky, now DTZ.
So when Tom says there's a deal to be had, you know, A, that he knows what he's talking about. He knows that he basically can give you the advice and you don't have to second guess it. And he understands all aspects of the deal from his many, many years of being in the business.
I've heard that I've been referred to as the Velvet Steamroller.
Tom's a very polished guy, very congenial.
He can take a really, really tough position, but yet the party on the other side of the table gets it.
He definitely pushes, so if Tom has a view of how things should get done, you know pretty quickly what it is, and you better have a good reason not to do it.
This is the way it is. This is his advice. This is what it'll take. And I never questioned it. That's his negotiating style.
Tough news or not, the Velvet Steamroller has once again been successful.
I do like the velvet part of that description, though.
For someone who's spent most of his career on the golf course, this is remarkable. So job well done, my friend. Congratulations. I've known you for 30 years and I look forward to the next 30.
You are a fabulous contributor to St. Michael's Hospital, and we'll never forget you.
I hope you look back on Chorus Key as one of the crowning achievements of your career. We wouldn't be here without your help. Thank you.
Congratulations, Tom, on this wonderful achievement. If there's anyone in the industry who deserves it, it really, truly is you, and I do respect you for that, and I congratulate you for that, and many, many more wonderful years in the industry.
I have a lot to be grateful for, starting with my wonderful wife, Katie May, who has given me 50 years of love and support. I've also been blessed to have an executive assistant, Mallory Mandalides, who's done a fine job of keeping me out of trouble over the past 10 years. I'm deeply grateful to the NAIOP committee for including me on the list of names of people who have received this award in the past. It's an honor to be included among them, and I am sincerely appreciative of the award.
His number one line of all time always came when we were dividing up the commission checks. And he would say, "Son, do not confuse effort with results."
Is he an athlete? That claim actually stands up. He's so dedicated to athletics, he missed my birthday, my actual birthday.
For hours and hours, weekly, he does karaoke alone in his basement, and he could not be happier than when he's doing that.
Well, for those who perhaps think that this is my swan song, I would much prefer to wear out than rust out. Just because there's snow on the roof doesn't mean the fire's out. Not done yet.